With James Gunn as the new co-CEO of DC Studios, this is the chance to completely revolutionize all of the main DC characters that we've seen on screen. We've had multiple iterations of Superman, countless iterations of Batman, we've seen the Flash movie, and have had 9 seasons of the Flash TV show. This is our chance to really introduce some of these smaller characters, like we've seen with Blue Beetle, that haven't really gotten the limelight that they should have gotten in the past, but now is our chance to really shine a light on them. Welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. On this channel we talk all things video games and comic books. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode like this. One of my favorite characters in DC as a whole is Nightwing. I absolutely love Dick Grayson as Nightwing. He is honestly a better Batman than Batman for countless reasons, but because of that, he is also an incredible hero in his own right as Nightwing. He is hopeful, he is charismatic, he is funny, he is believable, he is a hero that you can stand behind. And what I'm really loving is in the Dawn of DC, the current line that we're getting, he's really starting to take a center stage as a team leader of the Titans. And so because of that, I think that this is our chance to get a proper Nightwing movie to where we're really getting to see not only Dick Grayson just running around in the streets of Bludhaven and really taking down the bad guys there and lifting up and inspiring those around him. This is honestly a good chance to get a deeper dive into who Nightwing is, what are his abilities, and why is he so beloved by so many DC comic readers. Now up next is a hero that has not been given very much limelight. They have not even had a single movie to their name, and of course I am talking about Batman. No, I am talking about Static. Static is an incredible hero that is amazing in so many ways. This would be the perfect time to bring out a Static movie. Static is such a cool character. His powers of just electricity and just doing all the things that he can do, especially his little disc that he can use to fly in the sky. I mean, that's amazing. Honestly, I haven't read a single Static book, but I've seen the show countless times and I am absolutely in love with Static, and I would love to see a live action Gear on screen as well. Gear was probably my favorite character in the entire show, and just getting to be able to see somebody that is just really technologically savvy like that, I would love to see somebody like Gear really blow up in live action. I would love to see a proper live action Lanterns movie. Now I know that we're getting a Lanterns show, which is going to be great from the sense of we're going to get Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, two of the biggest Lanterns in popularity that many people know. And I think that what they're going to be doing, where it's a slow burn of a mystery, of unraveling the greater mystery and the greater plot threat of what is going on in the new DCU, I think that's going to be great as a TV show. I would love to see a good feature film as well, where it's really diving into Hal Jordan specifically. He is my favorite Green Lantern. That's probably a popular opinion, but it is popular because he is a great Lantern himself. All of the amazing Green Lantern stories like Sinestro Corps War, Green Lantern Rebirth, all of these things are all based around Hal Jordan. Now, before I get into some of my other picks, I do want to remind you to hit that like and subscribe button. That is the biggest way that you can help support this channel. Now, a pretty interesting take of somebody that I would love to see either a show or a movie, but preferably a movie. I think it would be pretty drawn out and just really overdone if it was a show. But I would love to see something done with a live action Bane. A proper Bane that is methodical, that is very well thought, very well spoken, is incredibly strong, and is just very menacing. Somebody that I could see really being able to physically best Batman in his prime. I mean, Bane from the comics is an absolute menace. First of all, he torments Batman for months. It's not even a joke how he just completely, mentally and physically just completely destroys Batman the Caped Crusader. It is no doubt that by the time Bane actually met with Batman in the comics, Batman was pretty much done. He was physically spent, and you had real suspense in that Batman was just down on his luck. I mean, we read a phone book-sized book in Nightfall where pretty much 80% of that book was Batman getting his butt beat and just broken down over time, to where Bane comes in at the end, completely physically bests Batman, and I have no doubt that Bane could have beat Batman even before all of that tearing down of Batman. I would absolutely love to see a Justice League Dark. Now, we do know that we are going to get a Swamp Thing movie, and I think that is going to be great. I think that that is where we should really start to dive into some of the darker and more magical, mysterious characters. I would love to see a Justice League Dark lineup with not only Swamp Thing, but also Zatanna, John Constantine. Would be awesome to see a Dr. Fate in there for an additional magical element. And just getting to see more Dr. Fate as a whole. We did get a very good representation of him in Black Adam, so it would be great to see a further continuation of just bringing Dr. Fate into live action, bringing him back into the populace to where, honestly, Dr. Fate came out first in the comics, but Doctor Strange did it better. So getting to see a Justice League Dark that deals with some of the darker, more mysterious, brooding things going on in this new DC universe that hopefully will overall, as a universe as a whole, be more uplifting, more bright, colorful, humorous, and just overall a much more inviting universe, but we can still have the darker elements with a Justice League Dark movie. Lastly, this is not a specific character that I would love to see in DC, but I would love to see a proper build-up to the Sinestro Corps War. This is an incredible story that was one of the biggest events in all of comic history as far as characters involved, and just the amazing lead up to it was just absolutely insane. And so I would love to see a build-up of what they did in the comics, where you would have a completely unrelated story that was just a simple Green Lantern story, but all of a sudden you're just getting a little whisper of a yellow ring coming down saying you have been chosen and identified to instill great fear. And just getting to see something like that with absolutely no introduction or explanation, that would be insane. Getting to see a proper build-up to where you have the Green Lantern Corps facing off against the Sinestro Corps in an all-out brawl and just doing an amazing series. Honestly, I think that once we get to the Sinestro Corps War, I think that that would be done really well in maybe a 3 or 4-part miniseries on Max. That way you have the proper fleshing out of the story to where, the first introductory parts are the Corps actually getting together, Sinestro coming out and leading his army, and then maybe in the second or third parts he's actually going off and starting the war against the Green Lanterns, and then you're finishing that part with the war on Earth and everything going on there. That would just be chef's kiss. But while these are not all of the DC projects that I would personally be invested in, there are countless others that I would love to see on screen, so let me know down below what you would like to see in the new DC universe. Now, with Aquaman 2 coming up, check out this video where I talk about how that movie doesn't really matter now, but eventually it will in the new DC universe. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.